Hello, everybody.
Hello.
What is happening?
Happy Sunday. Happy sports balling day.
Sports balling day?
Yeah, I mean, we do our show every year before the Super Bowl, so
We're
why
basically the warm up for the Super Bowl. We do.
I mean, that's true.
People watch us, America and the world. They watch us, and then they watch the Puppy Bowl, which I mean,
that's what I'm going to put on.
Yeah, the Puppy Bowl, and then the Super Bowl, and then the halftime show, and then the rest of the Super Bowl. We're pretty much just going to be eating snacks.
Yep.
Probably mostly just watch commercials and the halftime show, and then that's about it.
Yeah, I mean, I've got to say, the Bad Bunny concert day, seriously. I've never seen such an outrage and conversations about a Super Bowl halftime show. But I'm not familiar with his music. I have listened to it a little bit in the last couple of weeks just because I had never heard his music.
That's because you're old.
I am. That's literally it. I'm old. That's it.
Just you, apparently.
And then people are like, who are you rooting for? Well, for me, I mean, I'm a New England girl. So like Tracy says, I mean, I'm from New England. It's kind of ingrained in your blood if you're from New England that you have to root for New England teams. So if I were at a Super Bowl party or something like that, other than the snacks and the commercials, I would be rooting for the Pats.
I mean, it's not so much that you're old. It's more what goes hand in hand with getting older is that most people tend to, like, you're just not exposed as much to new music.
So
and plus you're not a big TikToker, and so
well, I am on TikTok every day, but I don't post on TikTok. But yeah,
so you have been. That probably gets you a little bit more in the door of new music. But
it
like
does.
I'm on like Spotify, so I love, one of my favorite things to do is to like go. And I like, one of my favorite features of Spotify is I'll go, and if I like a band or I like a song, then I'll go, what's some other stuff that's like this, and kind of go down that rabbit hole.
Which would still have not led me to Bad Bunny because that's not the genre of music.
Maybe not necessarily, but usually that takes you down a rabbit hole and you listen to all. Anyway,
although I have been listening to Paris Paloma lately.
Yeah, there you go.
My point is new music.
You in particular, and a lot of people, a lot of us as we get older, you tend not to listen to newer stuff, and you definitely have like your genre, and like you love your 80s hair bands, but you also like your 90s and early 2000s, and I feel like for you it's like 2004 is like your cutoff, pretty much.
Pretty much like 2005. Well, I mean, not true. Pop Evil's one of my favorite bands, and they're still fairly current, and but I do. And they're early 2000s into current. So like...
Yes, exactly.
But 2000s. They started early 2000s, yeah. So yeah, I'm just, it is what it is.
There's lots of good stuff out there. There's lots of like good... And
I'm not saying there isn't. No, I just don't know.
I'm not saying you're to say that. But, and also, like, I don't know about you guys, but when I was like in high school, I listened to a lot of like punk and different stuff like that, and some of my favorite bands were like not even in English. Like one of my favorite 90s punk bands was Viso, which is like a German punk band. Speaking of you going to Germany,
okay.
so one of the very few German phrases I know is "Scheisse kommt und Scheisse geht" because of a song by Viso. So
what does that mean?
Think about it. "Scheisse kommt und Scheisse geht."
I don't know.
Shit comes and shit goes. Come on.
Oh, okay.
That's an important phrase that you can use. You can borrow that from me and use that.
I will use that liberally.
There you go. And I actually really used to love listening to Molotov, which is like a 90s. Well, I think they started in the 80s, but they were big in the 90s like Mexican rock / rap band. Good stuff.
All right, so we've got some people in the chat, and we've got a little rivalry there. Some people are saying go Pat, some people are saying go Seahawks. I don't really care, to be honest with you. I'm not actually going to watch the sportsing. I will have it on in the background.
I mean, we know our friend Craig will be very excited if the Seahawks win.
If the Seahawks win
and
again.
And we know a lot of people will be very excited if the Patriots
for sure. Win. If the Seahawks win again, my friend Craig Gass will be over the moon. He's on the field. He'll be there. He is there. He's on field, and he will be on field again, I'm sure. He's a comedian.
And Alexis, you're right. Costco is a great Super Bowl time.
It probably is. It's probably pretty empty.
Yeah.
Back in the day when I used to work retail, I know that Super Bowl Sunday, we were always dead. Super Bowl Sunday in the afternoon because people are having parties and hanging out and watching the game.
I just like the food.
Yeah. For sure. Tommy says the Seahawks are going to dominate. I don't know. I don't watch any of them, so who knows? Yes, I am going to be in Berlin that is exactly where I'm going to be. Just Berlin, frankly. I'm going with eBay for government relations. I did talk about this a little bit before, but I'll fill you guys in just because of the title. I leave on Saturday. I actually fly out to Colorado on Friday.
Me on Friday.
And I'm leaving Katy on Friday, and I fly to Germany on Saturday. I don't get there until Sunday afternoon. It's about a 15-hour travel, even though our longest flight is a direct flight from Denver to Munich. Mm-hmm. And then there's a very long layover just for the 1 hour hopper flight, pretty much from Munich to Berlin. There's a long layover because you need time to get your bags and go out from customs and then go back through customs with your bags. It's a whole thing. So we couldn't do like a short layover. So the only layover was like 4 hours. So I guess we'll be hanging in the Munich airport for a minute. But yes, we will be we're going to be in Berlin. I am going with 5 other eBay sellers and a minimum of 2 eBay employees. I'm not sure other than Georgiana and Leah who may be going.
Yeah.
I find out this week. And I think we're flying. Yeah, we're flying in and out of Berlin, but my medication will be labeled properly. I'm not bringing any medication this time, Allison. Forget it. It is what it is. So yeah, I'm very excited. We're going to be there for 5 nights with eBay, and then my friend and I extended by 3 nights so that we can do a lot of our own sightseeing, or as much as possible. So we'll be there a total of 8 nights.
You're going to have tons of fun. You're leaving me for 11 days.
I'll be gone for 11 days total, because of the travel.
And which means I'm going to be doing all your shipping again. Mm-hmm. You'll be gone for 2 weekends, so there'll be no Sunday show for at least the next 2 weeks. I hope that you have tons of great sales, but I will say the last time you left and I thought, oh, it's going to be a piece of cake, I can handle your shipping. I was still recovering from surgery, still having fatigue issues, which is getting better and better. But it was also December, and so I was just like, oh man, I wasn't done.
You were shipping all day.
It would be 3 p.m. by the time I was done shipping, because the volume was up because of the fourth quarter. So it'll probably be a little bit easier. My fatigue isn't as bad. I'm only doing like maybe 1-2 naps a week tops. But I do sometimes have some afternoon coffee to help move things along.
So I see that Nunu Bear said make an appointment to go through security to fly out of Berlin. Good to know. I think our flight out is on a Monday. Yeah, it's on Monday the 23rd. It's like 11 in the morning out of there. So
the Orlando airport that lets you make appointments too. So we've done that. We learned about that whole concept like last year.
Yeah,
and it's fantastic.
It's fantastic.
You make an appointment.
No wait, straight through security.
So hopefully it's very similar to that. So because you've done that before, hopefully it'll make it a little easier to.
Yeah, I'll take a look and see if we're able to do that, because we're all arriving at different times.
But when you leave, it's just going to be you and one other person. So
correct. And we have the longest travel days.
Yeah,
both there and back, obviously. So I'm excited. I've never been to Europe. I've never been to Germany specifically either. I've been so many places, but everywhere that I've been has been tropical, right? I've been Caribbean and Virgin Islands and Southern Caribbean and Eastern Caribbean and Western Caribbean and all over Mexico. I've just never been anywhere to Europe, so I'm very excited.
Tommy, you shut your mouth. I will be focusing on other things, but we'll get to that when we get to the last part of this.
Oh, I will find the app. Thank you for letting me know about that. I appreciate that. Make the appointments easier in Berlin. The 2 people that we're traveling with from eBay's very, very good about giving you very, very detailed information. Where to go, and they give us our credits for Uber and all that kind of stuff so that we can get back and forth from the airport to the hotel. And our hotel is right in the center of Berlin. It's a really nice. It's a 5-star hotel, actually.
Ooh.
Which I say that as if it's a super expensive one. It's not. That's what I was very surprised by. But
it could be because it's
very off season.
Off season. Very
yeah,
cold.
I mean, it's not a lot of people are traveling to 25-degree weather on purpose right now, unless they're actually going for like skiing or outdoor types of stuff.
Allison says that you're gonna get some warm beer and pickled pig's feet.
Warm beer, I'm okay with. The pickled pig's feet, I can.
You have to do it. What
not.
If it's gonna insult them? You wouldn't do it?
Not happening.
All right.
No.
Okay.
Sorry. Pickled pig's feet are not only
available
in Germany. Have you ever been to a white trash bar in New England? Because they've got them there too. I'm good. Anyway, yeah, I'm excited. We're gonna have a lot of fun. I'm gonna eat some food, see some things. We're gonna, as soon as I get off this show, actually, we're going to book a couple of our extracurricular activities through some travel, like touristy tour type things. So yeah, I'm excited. I'll be gone for a little bit, and I'm going to take lots of pictures and obviously tell you guys all about it. I'm very excited to meet the sellers hang out with my fellow, domestic sellers, but also I'm very excited to meet the sellers in Germany and hear what they have to say and how our experiences differ. I'm very excited about that. I want to know exactly what it's like. And they've actually been dealing with the whole promoted listings halo effect thing for at least 6 months now, maybe closer to a year. I want to see how
that should bring you guys together. It should bond you.
Yeah, it should bond us in our hatred of promoted listings. So yeah, I'm super excited. I like German food. I like all kinds of food. So I'm always up for trying all different things. I'm not doing pig's feet. That isn't an unnecessary thing to try.
Unnecessary.
Completely unnecessary. That's disgusting. So we are staying 3 extra nights, and we're definitely going to the concentration camp that is right outside of Berlin. I know that's to go and do a guided tour and history of that space. We're definitely going to the Berlin Wall. There is the cathedral is right outside of this. I think it's Town Square they call it.
Do you think David Hasselhoff will be at the Berlin Wall?
Probably not this time. No, probably not. Although they do love him. They do love the Hoff in Germany.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. We're gonna do all the things. I'd like to go to a Christmas market if I can find one that is still open. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see what we're going to go see. I'm excited.
Allison stopped promoted listings altogether. Hasn't seen a difference in sales. Interesting.
I didn't change mine at all, but what I did notice is that every single thing I'm selling is promoted. Which is pretty much what we assumed was going to happen.
Interesting. Very interesting. All right. Well, we can talk more about Germany and about our, what our goals and stuff that we are going to be trying to accomplish over these next couple of weeks, or at least what I'm going to be doing when we get to that part of the show. But let's go ahead and look at our sales highlights. We haven't had a show in 2 weeks, so I'm assuming you went back 2 weeks. I don't know.
I did.
So we're going to go ahead and look at some of the interesting, notable, cool things that we sold over the last couple of weeks.
Sure.
It does get hard for me because overall, the vast majority of my sales now are pretty low dollar amounts, so they're not so exciting. But I think since I had 2 weeks to choose from, it made it a little bit easier. But let's go ahead.
A pretty decent variety.
Yeah, because you still sell stuff for large dollar amounts. Although I did have one sale that was over $100, so that was very exciting. But tell us about this terrible picture, Victoria.
So this is actually Trish gave these to me. So when I was in Florida in December, Trish was like, here, somebody gave me these, or she found them somewhere. I don't know. I think she went to a bins store with some friends, and she's like, I'm never going to list these. I'm not going to sell them. I don't want to bring them in my car or in her luggage to go back home to Massachusetts. She had them in Florida. I had room in my luggage. I'm like, fine, I'll take them, whatever. So I just lotted them up. They didn't cost me anything, and sold them for the price you see there, $89.95 plus shipping. They're just discontinued chub rub sticks, basically.
Yeah, and you sold them very quickly.
They were listed for maybe a month.
Because you brought them home and you were like, I don't know about these. I don't know what these are. Well, you were not. I would not say that when you talked about them, you were full of gratitude towards Trish.
I didn't say it. I did not.
I'm just saying. You were.
I just said I don't know anything about these.
But you were very kind of almost dismissive, like I don't know, and then you listed them, and I swear you sold them in like a week or two.
Yeah, it was like 2 weeks. So not complaining. Didn't cost me anything. $89.95 for a lot of discontinued. And the good thing of actually that photo was on purpose because I wanted to see. You could see the outline of the product, and it shows it's got like a normal deodorant size packaging, but the product is not full in there, right? It's kind of weird.
I just meant okay, I see what you're saying, but for your main photo, it's pretty dark. All right, anything else about this?
No, just don't worry about discontinued stuff.
No. All right, this shirt this is one I got from our friend Yuri in the surprise package that she sent to us. And it is a vintage shirt. I did take an offer for $25, so I didn't sell it for a ton. However, the reason I wanted to point this out is like, yes, it's vintage, but I would guarantee that most likely a lot of people, Vicky included, would not pick this up because it's just a community theater t-shirt.
Never. And
this is the kind of stuff I like to pick up. And honestly, I haven't had it listed that long. It was listed for maybe a couple of weeks. And it sold for $25 plus shipping. I mean, I didn't pay anything for it, but I definitely would have picked this up at the bins. And it even has a stain on it. I would have picked it up at the bins. I would have picked it up at a thrift store. I probably wouldn't have paid more than a few bucks for it, but I paid $0 for it.
If someone gave that to me for free, I would not have listed it.
See, and I am like, that's ridiculous. So luckily, Yuri knows me well enough to know that I would want something weird like this. And like I said, it sold pretty quickly. And it sold for $25 plus shipping. So do not toss something away just because it's something like community theater. And listen, yes, it's community theater, but it's like, first of all, it is vintage. Second of all, there are certain shows that if you've done community theater or high school theater, there's certain shows that are likely to have been done by a lot of different people. And Bye Bye Birdie is one of them. I was in Bye Bye Birdie. A lot of people did productions of Bye Bye Birdie back in the day. So it's not like it's some obscure play. It's, a very widely known and beloved musical. So,
okay.
All right?
All right. Sure. Okay, this actually sold for best offer of $75. I didn't have a sale running in my store at the time. I don't have one right now, actually. And it was listed at $99.95. Sold on best offer for $75. It's a single bookend. Probably Hubley. It's not marked, but it's likely that it's Hubley based on the style and, stuff like that. But yeah, it's just a bronzed cast iron. It's not even very big. It's like 6 inches tall. So.
Cool.
Yeah, if you can find certain bookends,
That's a cool one.
Anything that looks like a dog, any kind of dog, really.
Yeah. All right, next up for me, look at how cute this shirt is.
That is cute.
This is a Wrangler jeans shirt. I haven't had this listed for that long. Maybe I've had it listed for like a month. Not vintage. And would you pick this up?
Because of the graphic, yeah, probably.
Okay.
I probably would have.
I sold it for the price you see there. So I sold this non-vintage t-shirt for $30 plus $5.95 shipping.
The graphic's pretty cute. If that said Levi's or something, I'd probably wear it. Because I like the graphic.
You wouldn't wear it saying Wranglers?
No.
But it's so cute.
Unless you're a cowboy, nobody wears Wrangler.
I disagree. It's just a shirt. It's a t-shirt.
You're a cowboy from
you don't wear Levi's. Like you don't even wear Levi's, but you wear a Levi's shirt.
I have Levi's jackets. I don't wear Levi's jeans.
I'm just trying to understand your rules, Vicky.
Listen,
because sometimes your rules
I didn't say they made sense.
Sometimes your personal rules and boundaries don't make any sense. I'm just saying.
Whatevs.
But anyway, this is a super cute. Nobody's gonna look at you and be like, "You are obviously not a cowboy. How dare you wear that?"
That was not why I said. Ridiculous.
Anyway, it's super cute. I love it. It didn't have it listed for very long and sold it for $30. Sold it for more than I sell my vintage stuff for. What the heck, man?
Nobody likes vintage anymore. All right, so some of you might recognize this from my personal Facebook page. I had actually posted about this a couple of months ago. This came from Diane's stuff as well. I'm sure this was her son's, and she had it signed somewhere. The thing about it, the jersey by itself, had it not been signed, would have sold for more. Because it was signed, it sold for the price you see there. I put it in auction. I hardly ever do auctions. But I put it in auction because I wanted to see what would happen. It had some NHL Bruins signatures on there, but it also had some of like the Providence Bruins signatures on there. There was probably a charity game or an all-star game or something like that somewhere in New England, and had it all signed. So I could not identify all of the signatures, but I was able to identify at least a handful of them. Nobody on there was like a super, popular player.
Yeah.
However, this did sell to someone in Canada. I do think that someone else might have known who was there more than me. And I asked all of my friends that are like big Bruins fans and stuff to try and help me. And some of them helped me identify a couple of them. But most of them, it didn't adhere to any specific year that the team was there, or any roster. So that's why I'm thinking it was some kind of all-star game or, signing thing somewhere, or charity game, which usually pulls out all the locals. So.
Right. Just so you know, Kristen did come to your defense.
I did see that. Thank you, Kristen. I appreciate you, my friend. Yeah, so that was pretty cool. I think I could have sold it for probably 150 or 160 if it were plain, but because it has the signatures, that actually makes it less desirable in this case because none of the signatures are huge players, if that makes sense.
Or you have to be like a really serious...
Right, you have to be a really serious
fan. Really
fan.
know all the player, like... to
Right, if you weren't a big fan, that, you know, these old CCM,
like
the big Bruin...
deep fan.
The big Bruin bear actually sells really well. I think I could have gotten close, you know, like 150, 160 for it by itself. Yeah. But I'm still happy with it.
It still did well. All right, this is a t-shirt I've had forever, like since like at least a few years.
He's called Pooh Bear, Tommy. Sorry, that's actually he's called a Pooh Bear. That's the mascot name. I know, not as in Winnie the Pooh, but yeah, that's what he's called.
I've had this shirt for a very long time. Paid $10 for it, but had the price higher, lowered it, but it did end up going.
What is that? What is that? That's a band.
Yeah, it's like a heavy metal band. I ended up taking an offer for $30.99, and then it did go internationally, so that helped too. But it's kind of one of those things where I'm like, ugh, finally get rid of this shirt because it's not selling. It's been sitting forever. But still, at least it was a decent sale. So.
All right, so I sold one of these a few months ago, and I talked about it. Katie and I were at like a Marshall's or something, and she saw these in the clearance with a clearance tag, and she's like, you should grab these. They were on sale for like $18, and there were two of them, and she's like, they sell for like $100, and then I sat on them, and they didn't sell for 6 months, and I was like, really? I bought, so first of all, 20-something bucks for me to buy for anything for resale is high, because I'm cheap.
True.
But then they sat for 6 months, so... Finally sold. They both sold. This one finally sold on sale. It sold for $101.
How much the other one sold
plus
for?
Shipping. The other one sold for close to $100 as well.
Okay.
So it was worth it. It was fine. Eventually, it just took a minute.
Yeah.
So, yeah, $20 into $100. That's fine.
Yeah, that's all right. All right, next up is this Dixon. I did not sell it for this much, but this Dixon shirt. Somebody got it just in getting ready for St. Patrick's Day.
That's cute, and that one was not yours, huh? You found it somewhere?
This was not mine. This I found at the bins, I believe. So I paid maybe.
No, I know it wasn't yours because you don't wear white.
But I sold it for $30. Somebody sent it, and I'm like, I'm just gonna sell it. I've had it for over a year, I think. So I was like, I'm just gonna get rid of it. While I'm like, if I try to like counter and then it doesn't sell, I'm gonna be sitting on it for another year because unless somebody else buys it for this season of St. Patrick's Day. So sold it for $30. Again, I paid like maybe $1 for it because it's pretty lightweight. But anytime you see Dixon stuff, definitely pick it up because it is gonna sell.
Interesting. Okay, this was more to, I know that Alexis is going to know about these, but there are specific Florsheim shoes that are worth picking up no matter where you find them. Obviously, Florsheim Imperial, whether they're vintage or not, are always worth picking up. But these specifically, with the wingtip, it's a V-cleat, they call it in the back, a V-cleat. It's, see that little V-shaped metal cleat thing in there? What's that do? I have no idea what it does. I just know that it makes the shoe more valuable, and this is what people want. So the V-cleat, 5 nails, I don't know why. I honestly can't tell you why it's a thing. I just know that it is, and they sell really well. So these were listed for maybe a week, and they sold for the price you see there, $101 as well. What did they sell
for new?
I bought these for $50. You look at the bottom of I bought these at the bins.
Yeah.
It says $15 on the bottom. They were not $15 because they ended up in the bin. Someone had written the price tag on the bottom.
I don't see
right there. You can see.
I see that. Yeah.
But I got these in the bin, so I probably paid $5 or $6 because they're heavy. They're very solid. I wonder how much
they are new.
See, Alexa says, "Don't know, don't care." See, I don't know and I don't care. I don't know why they're as popular as they are. Maybe they're better made. I don't really know what it is, but if you find Florsheim Imperial, any style, any size, any color, if it has that V-cleat on the bottom, they're very popular. 10 is a popular size, so that's probably why they went very fast.
Like the most, I think 10 and a half is like the most common men's size.
Yep. So they sold fast, and I'm happy with that. And I charged up on shipping because they are expensive, and they're heavy, I should say. They don't fit in the 12 by 6 by 6 eBay box.
Yeah.
So I have to always put them. Now I have the Ground Advantage box shoe boxes. So
nice.
It didn't cost me $15 to ship them. Probably cost me $10 or $11.
All right. Next up for me, more Super Bowl stuff, more Broncos stuff selling. This is a Super Bowl sweatshirt. I sold it for... Somebody sent me an offer for $51, and I was like, yes, I need to get rid of this. I paid maybe $10 for it, but I've had it for freaking ever. And so $51 plus shipping. Get it out of my store. I'm sick of it. I'm done with it. Bye-bye. So hopefully you guys have had all your football stuff and your Super Bowl stuff listed. Seriously, I've sold so much Super Bowl and football stuff over the last month.
I've sold none of mine. I do have some, but I've sold none of mine. Okay, so this was listed for maybe a week. I actually have the hardcover book that I had listed. I didn't show it as a sold. The book sold for $75. These sold on offer for $125.
That's crazy.
This particular motivational speaker, think like Tim Robbins, that type of thing. Jim Rohn. Rohn. I had never heard of him until I found these, but I found 3 different things by this particular person. And it for whatever reason, this guy's stuff sells for a lot. If you look it up, you can see that there are even ones that sell for even more.
The topic is excelling in the new millennium. So somebody paid over $100.
$125.
And they're only 25 years behind.
Exactly. They are ready to hit 2001 running.
They're a couple decades away or behind, but they're like, oh, you know what? I haven't been excelling these last 20 plus years. I better go back and start from scratch.
Right? It's so weird to me, but it's fine. It's whatever. They paid $125, and
right.
I paid about $2.
Crystal did the research for us. The V is located on the part of the heel that has the highest wear, so it prolongs the life of the heel.
Okay, good to know.
Interesting.
Thank you, Crystal, for doing the work. Appreciate you.
Be the best salesman of 2003.
Seriously, I mean, I don't understand, but whatever. I've sold now between that and the book, and I still have one thing listed for over like about 150 listed right now. $200. I paid $4 into $200 on obscure motivational speaker information.
We got Zig Ziglar's there, Bob Berg, Charlie T. Jones. I think Zig Ziglar's the only name I recognize.
That's the only name I recognize.
I don't even recognize the main dude's name. All right. Next up, here's another Dixon. Now, this is actually from my Poisonal collection, and I don't even think I ever ended up wearing this shirt. I had gotten a bunch of Dixon shirts like several years back, and this is one I think I bought because it was on sale for like $20.
It looks like a prison jumpsuit.
It does kind of.
Not kind of. Very.
Well, yeah, because you've been watching whatever that show is.
I've been watching
lately,
prison prison shows.
Anyway, I got an offer for $66, so I sold it for $66 plus shipping. And so I actually made money on it after it sat in my closet for many years. And but yeah, this is just, you know, I'm selling off like all my Dixon shirts because all my Dixon shirts are mediums. And the thing about Dixon is it's oversized, so they're probably more like a large. And I swim in them, so I need like an extra small now for as far as Dixon sizes go for good flannels. But anyway.
So if anybody runs into any Dixons in extra small, let Katie know. She'll buy it from you.
Yeah.
She hasn't found any she likes yet. And you know she's too cheap to buy brand new. Yeah,
Wayne Dyer. I wouldn't pay these kind of prices.
Wayne Dyer's one of them. You know, Tony Robbins, most people have heard of. Zig Ziglar, obviously. Brian Tracy is another one. I'll see you at the top. I have no idea. I was in sales for a very long time.
I was going to say I
had to go.
Any of that stuff.
I've seen Tony Robbins in person. I've seen Brian Tracy in person. Ugh.
All right. Next up for you.
All right. This did not sell for that price. This actually sold for $125.
Now these are some good pictures.
Thank you. This is from my my jewelry guide that I do consignment for, and you know, this particular one, not all the Michael Kors sells for this much, right? Most of it sells in the $30, $40 range, but certain ones go for quite a bit. And this is costume jewelry, guys. This is just costume jewelry from like Macy's or something.
Weird. But
this still had the tag. It's got the little booklet. It's got the whole thing. So I accepted an offer for $125 on this. No money invested in it.
Yeah.
It's consignment.
It's pretty good. All right. I sold a jersey too.
Another Bruins jersey.
So I've had this for a little over a year. We had gone to a Marshall's or a Burlington in Boston. Mm-hmm. And I actually bought 3 of these. I paid $30 a piece for them. Now, I still have one left now. So I've sold 2 of the 3 that I got, but I sold this one. I got an offer for $127. So I sold this for $127. And it did not sell promoted listing, thank God. And the other one I sold for the full $150, I don't know, several months back. So not too bad, but yeah, it's just like those hair things, that whatever that was that you sold, that you bought because I told you to. You pay up for the stuff and then it kind of sits for a while, and then eventually when it does sell, you're like, oh yeah, that's kind of nice. You get this little chunk of money, but it definitely can some of this some of this stuff that you go and pick up and pay up for. Why has my mind gone blank about what the hell it's called?
Retail
arbitrage. I'm like, I know there's a phrase for it. Anyway, retail arbitrage.
Drink some more coffee. Wake that
shut your
up.
mouth. It can take a little bit longer, and it can be kind of discouraging. But so it just kind of depends on how long you want to wait for something to sell. But
well, I think everything in my life is long tail these days, so it is what it is. Okay, so these were not especially fast sellers. I did find these at the bins, so I have like $3 invested in them. But what's nice about them is that they sold to France. So they paid the $56, plus I made another $10 to $15 on the shipping. So, $3 into vintage Escada. Those are kind of a cool heel. Black suede. I liked them. Those are cute. I shouldn't say that. I was going to say I probably would have kept them if they were my size, but you know what? Let's be real.
Come on. No.
I have literally just started listing my heels. I have over 200 pairs of shoes.
Stupid.
And I probably wear 30 of them.
And they're all sneakers.
And a lot of them are sneakers now.
Sneakers and boots.
I have just started listing all my old heels and shoes because I'm never wearing heels again. If I can't wear flats with a dress, it's not happening. I don't care anymore.
All right, so this shirt, I had a few good sales on Etsy. This shirt's funny because I probably like a month ago or so, we had this show, and I was actually wearing this shirt. I paid $1 for it, but it is a cool glow-in-the-dark t-shirt, and I wore it one time, and I put it, this is what I do. If I find something that I like, that I like well enough that I want to wear it a couple times, but I also would be willing to sell it, I just list it, and then I put it in with my own personal clothes, and then if it sells, it sells. Well, I only got to wear the shirt one time, and I sold it for $44.09, and so today I'm wearing another shirt for my inventory in hopes that it'll sell as well. So it looks like that's what I need to do, is just start wearing all my inventory, right, Vic?
Yep, it's exactly what you got to do.
What's happening over there? Who are you talking to?
Sorry, my Germany chat thread somebody was commenting.
Anyway, I'm just going to start wearing all of my inventory and see if I can get it sold that way, because, like I said, I thought the shirt was really cool.
That's the only way you're going to sell it.
Yeah, I thought the shirt was really cool, and I was actually surprised. I'm like, whoa, I only got one wear out of it. Jeez. So, anyway, I sold it for $44.09. Paid $1 for it.
This one was, okay, this is not a huge seller, but this was... I'm sure Bin's fine. I've had it for quite a while.
This is such a Blanche dress.
It is very much a Golden Girls dress, isn't it? Very much a Blanche or Dorothy kind of dress. So it sold for $56. This is one where I'm going to say I put very, very detailed measurements within my listings, but what I don't generally do is go and get additional measurements if someone asks, because I put I put detailed measurements. And let's be real, someone asks you for some obscure wrist measurement or shoulder measurement, and they never buy the damn thing. So you spend 10 minutes searching for the thing, grabbing it out of your inventory, doing the extra measurement, and then they don't even say thank you, never mind buy the damn thing. So most of the time, I don't bother. This particular time, the only reason I'm mentioning this is because I had a buyer, I should say, that asked me a specific question about the bust measurement, wanting to know how much give there was there, because I always do just underarm to underarm seam, right? Which most people do. And the way that she phrased her question was, I'm like, okay, that makes sense why you want to know this. I will go and get that for you. And she was very nice in the way she asked the question. So I went above and beyond and went and answered the question. And she bought it 2 minutes later. So that's the only reason why I'm going to say sometimes I will go the extra mile to answer that question if I feel like the buyer is nice. Like, she's like, I realize you have a lot of measurements here. I know it's a very specific question. I hope you can accommodate me. It's only because you don't accept returns, because I don't accept returns on Etsy. And then I did go the extra mile and say, because we had this conversation, if you find that it still doesn't fit you, I would be happy to facilitate a return. Once you get it. Today she sent me a message and said, thank you so much for checking for me. It fits perfectly. I love it.
Nice.
So sometimes you get appreciative customers, and this was one of those times.
Yeah, occasionally. All right. Next up, look at this. Look at this fancy sweater.
Oh, I like that one.
I got this at the bins, I'm sure. And so I would have paid maybe $3 because it's kind of a heavier sweater. Women's sweater, no less, huh? Look at that. Look at that. So I paid maybe $3 and sold it for $44.09.
Women's, huh?
Look at me selling women's sweaters. Sweaters. But,
sweater weather.
It's very fancy. I just like the style, the pattern on it. All right, you're up.
All right. Okay, so this is one. Funny enough, I talked about this a little bit with a couple of people. So this is a bins find. It is a vintage. It is 100% without a doubt in my mind that this is a vintage gunny sacks item. It no longer has the tags, but I believe I had taken a photo. It might not be in here. I had taken a photo of the remnant of a tag inside of it. But also, if you were to Google search the photo, you'll find others that are very similar. Clearly attributed to gunny sacks. I had this listed on eBay and it got pulled down for a Vero for keyword spamming. So that's still a thing, guys. But it got pulled down saying it wasn't gunny sacks. And I'm not going to fight it. I tried to fight it. I was basically like, hello, it is gunny sacks. They said you can't use the word if it's not the item. I'm like, first of all, I knew it was a bot takeout down, but still. Anyway, I never had it listed on eBay because it was listed for 20 minutes before it got taken down. And then they would not reinstate it. So I was like, F it. I didn't even bother. But it sold on Etsy, and it sold for $63. This was a bins find. It's super lightweight gauze. I probably paid 75 cents for it.
Nice. All right, next up, I sold this amazing 70s polo shirt.
Oh, that's lovely.
Puritan brand.
Poly Ultra.
Look at that. You could take someone's eye out with that dagger collar.
Dagger.
Look at that dagger. But it's practically brand new. It really was in very, very good condition. But I didn't have this listed for very long, maybe a week or two.
Yeah.
And I paid $1 for it and sold it for $44.09. So, it's not a very exciting piece, but I mean, come on, look at it. Look at it.
Look at it.
Look at it. Anyway. So yeah, don't pass this kind of stuff up. I like finding these old 70s pieces like this, especially when they're in fantastic condition.
All right, so this was another jewelry sale. I had most of my sales on Poshmark are usually lower priced items. So when I have something halfway decent that sells, I always want to show it. But this was another one from my jewelry consignor. Sold for $90, just a sterling silver. Look at that, even says rind, not ring. Jeez. No wonder why nobody found the frickin' thing. Nice typo, asshole. God, I'm such an idiot. Anyway, it doesn't even say ring. God, I don't even know how they found the damn thing.
So I wonder if your eBay listing probably said Ryan too.
Probably, for frig's sake.
I mean, to be fair, it does say other places, and I'm sure it picks it up in the search.
Nice typo. Anyway,
Idiot.
Sold for $90 Tahitian pearl. It's a pretty ring. This person that I'm selling all this jewelry for, she really had beautiful taste. A lot of the items are gorgeous. They're just too big for me. I am about a size 4.5 ring finger and about a size 5.5 middle finger ring size. And
yeah.
I would have loved to kept so many of these rings, but everything's a size 7.
Yeah. All right. Next up for me is this shirt. This is one that I paid I think I paid $1 for as well. I actually had two that I had picked up that were clearly made by the same person, because these are not store made. This factory made. This is a homemade shirt, no tags or anything, and I sold it for $44.09. And the other one I sold the week before this for the same price. And I actually went and looked. I'm like, did the same person buy this? Because they both sold on Etsy.
Was it the same person?
No, it wasn't the same person. But they were both kind of abstract prints, sold for $44.09. So again, don't be scared. Vikki always talks about this, about like brands and stuff like that. And it's like, especially when stuff's handmade,
style-based selling. That is more important than brand name when you're talking about a lot of things.
Mm-hmm. So, just a really cool shirt.
Okay, so this is a lot. I sold 11 Christmas ornaments on Poshmark for $115. Perfectly happy to have sold them. And then I think I have 11 left, and she's planning on buying those this week, the same seller.
Let's see what they look like. Oh, okay.
They're just Thomas Kincaid ornaments. These came from Diane's inventory. She had them all listed separately. I probably would have relisted them all as one, but I'm not sure I would have even gotten as much for them. Yeah. So I'd already sold probably a dozen of them individually between eBay and Etsy, and then these sold. It was pretty much 50% off is what I gave when they bundled them to sell them all at once. So it was a pretty decent sale.
All right.
Very easy to wrap and put in a box, and they went on their way.
Very nice. All right, my last one is Sack Attack.
It's like Snack Attack.
Only, it's attacking your sack.
I think Snack Attack would have been better, but whatever.
It's football. Sack Attack.
Sports.
90s t-shirt. This is actually one that I had gotten probably from yesterday's fits forever ago. Sold it for a horrendously low amount on the old Whatnot to our friend Jody, and then got it back from her a while ago when I got a bunch of stuff from her. And then finally it sold for $62.99 on the old Etsy, so I was very happy about that. So sometimes vintage can go for decent prices still. Sometimes.
Occasionally.
Anyway, so let me move this over here. So this is the shirt I'm wearing.
Ooh, Jack the Snack. I do remember Jack the Snack. He was very pretty. I'm sure he still is. He's not dead. He just doesn't work for Whatnot anymore.
Yeah. Anyway, this is the shirt that I'm wearing in hopes that someone will purchase it on the old eBay just because I'm wearing it.
Another space looking.
This isn't space. These are like zombies. These are like creatures. This is a fence. Okay. It's nighttime. They're really creepy out there. Anyway.
All right. I don't know.
So we'll see.
I don't know what's happening.
All right. So as far as goals go, I've been keeping up with my 15 a day now, probably for like almost the last month. It's been a few weeks at least. 15 a day, 7 days a week. I'm keeping up on top of it. And so that has been going well. My bank right now is just over 200, which is where I wanted at. And and so my big goal while you're gone is, I think I said this before, I want to get my bank to over 300. And with the goal being that when Trish comes in March to do the inventory project with me, I would love to have it to where I could potentially go, which I doubt I'm ever going to go 10 full days without listing anything new myself, but I could potentially go 10 days straight listing 15 every single day just for my bank and still have at least 150 in my bank. So that's kind of like what my goal is.
That's your goal.
That's my goal as far as like while you're gone. The other thing while you're gone is I want to get all of my stuff cross-posted from.
Look at see.
What?
Alexa says, "Get to cross-listing. This is bullshit."
Okay, Alexis. I've already talked to you about this. Okay, let me ask you this: how many shoes did you list every day over the last week? Tell me that, Alexis. Okay, and I've already told you, Alexis, that my goal, whilst Vikki is gone, is going to be doing that cross-posting. So during that time, I want to, because it's not going to take a whole lot for me to get up to speed with that, but I want to get everything cross-posted to Posh.
Why are you looking at me?
I need to reignite my Posh twat status.
You're slacking at Twatville.
And I might think about some Depop, but I don't know about that. But definitely Poshmark. What about you? What are your goals, Slacker?
Okay, so Allison is also coming in March, and then I also talked to Angie last night, and Angie wants to come in March too. So you guys, I mean, we only have one spare bedroom. You guys got to fight it out, duke it out. Anyway, So for me, I did not change my hair color, Yuri. It's just recently done, so it's really dark. It's only been washed once. This is what it looks like when it's first done. Okay, so for me, I'm really trying to get 10 new listed a day, 5 relisted and reworked a day. I have not hit that every single day, but I have listed every single day. My other goal was to start doing live selling again this year, and that is something I did this week. I actually had 2 Whatnot sales this week, just for craft stuff. I had a whole bunch of craft stuff from Diane, and it was feeling very overwhelming because it was like thousands of pieces, and not a heck of a lot of it was worth listing by itself. Very little, if in fact. So what I was able to do was blow through a lot. So I made $700 over 2 shows, 90 minutes each show. Not fantastic in my opinion, but far better than it would have been had I been trying to onesie twosies this, get it listed online. So I'm happy getting what it did do for me is it reignited my love for the turn and burn, selling live. So I do enjoy selling live. I enjoy talking to the audience. I enjoy interacting with the audience. I had about 75 people in my first show, and then I only had 20 people in the second show 3 days later, and that made it a lot harder because I had passes and I had people that were just not bidding stuff up. So and I'm perfectly, okay with that, but the energy of the first show was much nicer for me. It made me feel really invigorated doing it. So I will definitely do it again. Obviously not with craft stuff because I just don't have any more. I had people asking me, when's your next show? I'm like, I don't know, because that's not what I'm selling. So one of my goals is that I'm going to have a pallet of something delivered before Trish gets here, and she and I are going to do a couple of live shows, just full on pallet pulls, and see how that goes. Our goal with that is really to break even. And just get more followers and get more comfortable doing live selling so that I can do it more frequently going through this year. So that's the goal. And then, yeah, and Allison, you're coming, Allison. There's no bullshit. We know everybody wants to come. End of March into April. Yeah, so you're fine, Allison. You'll be here after she leaves. Yeah. You'll be here after she leaves. And then anytime... Alexis, you guys can always be here at the same time too. I mean, we do have a blow-up bed. We're just getting old, and I don't expect most people to sleep on an air mattress. Some don't care. Some do.
Or the couch. I've slept on the couch with the dogs. It is delightful.
Oh, the couch is fine if you don't mind dogs. Yeah, there's that too. Anyway, so we are excited. Everybody likes to come and visit in March and April. I think it's because they're at the end of it. They cannot take any more cold weather where they are, and they're like, that's it! I need it!
Yeah.
And Allison will officially be old as F when she comes to visit.
It's true. Real quick, Tommy, I like how Tommy's like, can I be nosy? Like, what is nosy about that question? Like, oh, I can't believe you're asking to know that, Tommy. How embarrassing.
So intrusive.
I feel so exposed and vulnerable. Okay, so if I already have the pictures taken and the measurements taken, and I'm literally just sitting down and needing to list 15 items... I mean, I can do that I mean, if I were just really focused, I could do it in an hour. So that doesn't take like a ton of time. It's just, you also have to think about like, okay, 15 a day, 7 days a week, that's 105 items. So that's 105 items I have to source. That's 105 items I have to process, potentially wash a lot of it. Then I have to photograph it. Then I have to measure it. Plus I have to ship. Plus I have to, at some point, eventually cross post. But all of that stuff, 15 a day isn't really that hard by itself. It's just everything else that goes into it. And that's part of like having that bank, is that if you really want it to be going constantly 7 days a week, Alexis, you need to have a bank to make it easier to do that, Alexis. Alexis is way better than I am over many years now, being consistent, but she will admit herself that she has much harder time maintaining a bank, because as soon as she has any bit of a bank.
She actually has children.
I'm aware.
and things to do every day with demands on her children
but that's
and
all of it.
properties
Some of it just is that she gets a bit of bank and then she's like, oh, I got a bank, I'm going to use that, and then she goes off and does something and then she's back to square one. Which, believe me, I did the same thing before, but no more.
No more.
I will not have that happen at all. I'm not going to miss a single day in 2026, guys. What do you?
So Alexis turned 50 last year, as did I. And then Allison says she's going to be 60. I think, Allison, your goal just must be to spend your birthday with us every year going forward now, because she spent her birthday with us at the Remix last year. We went out to dinner for her birthday with Sarah and Tamsin. And yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited. Well, I can't really look beyond Germany right now. Okay. Is anybody else like me when you've got something that you have to do or want to do? Can you turn that pop-up off?
Yeah.
Something you have to do or you want to do, and that's all you can think about, and you really can't do anything else until you've gotten past that thing. I think that's an ADHD thing. But for me, like when I had my shows this week, I had my show on Tuesday. The show wasn't until 1:00 in the afternoon. I could do nothing until that show. Yeah. I couldn't get anything accomplished.
But part of that too, particularly on Tuesday, part of that it wasn't as bad when you had your second one. That show you were super, super nervous about, so you couldn't think about anything.
Yeah.
If you would have been if you regularly did shows all the time, you probably would have been able to do at least some work.
Yeah.
But it really
the second show I was a lot more relaxed for, and didn't do as well. Maybe I just need to be high strung and nervous for everything. Who the heck knows?
I don't know. So what is your, sorry if you already said this, but what are you doing to prepare for being gone for 11 days and not being able to list?
So I have actually 12 days that I have to get scheduled listings up for. So I do not have quite enough new items photographed to do that many. So what I'm doing is I ended a bunch of old stale listings, and I'm going to be, reworking them and scheduling them and putting them up for 10 listings a day for 12 days. I've already done 3 of the days I have scheduled. Okay. So I've got 30 listings scheduled already out of 120. So I'll probably do another 10 or 20 today, and then I'll be doing it throughout the week to make sure that, while I'm also listing my new listings every day, just to make sure that I have stuff scheduled to go live every day while I'm gone, to have some activity. Now, there's often been a debate as to whether your items are actually looking like activity on the day that you scheduled them, or on the day that they go live. Some people say it only works for the day that you're actually working in them and scheduling them. Some people says it's only when they go live. We deliberately asked Val when she was just here.
I mostly trust Val's answer.
I mostly trust her answer because
I don't 100%
she was a project manager working on the back end of Seller Hub for many years. That's what she did, and worked with the analytics and everything. So she says it is when they go live. She says it's when they go live.
I mostly trust that.
So,
not 100%, only because there's always so many different answers that come out of eBay. But I trust that she thinks that that's the truth, and I 85% trust her that it is the truth. Mm-hmm. But anyway, so I will be doing that, and then as far as our goals previous and going forward, how's our gym goal been going?
I mean, you're better than me.
Yeah.
So Katy tried to kill me last week, so I was sick.
No, okay, no. The first time you were sick had nothing to do with me. That was like the flu or something. You legit had the flu. That was not me.
So I missed a couple of days because I was just so sick. There was no way I could go to the gym. But we've been going to the gym twice a week. And not at 6 a.m. because I fixed that. 6:30. Well,
some of them. Sometimes 6 a.m. I did go at 6 a.m. on Tuesday. You didn't go on Tuesday. I went 6 a.m. on Tuesday, and we did 6 a.m. I mean, by the time we get up and get out the door and get there, it's 6:30. But we did on Friday 6 a.m. as well because you were doing your show and I was going to be helping you, and I'm like, I'm sorry, but I want to be out. I want to be done earlier. I like the first thing in the morning, guys, because then it's like, yes, could we do it later in the day? But then it's like it takes a chunk out of your day, and you can't not shower after the gym. So then you got to shower and stuff. If I do it first thing in the morning, it's like by the time I'm home and showered, it's what time I would be starting my day anyway. So yeah, we've been doing 2 times a week, which from the research from the stuff that I've been reading, especially for our age and stuff like that, 2 to 3 days a week is plenty for strength training, and I'm doing stuff every day anyway because I'm like throwing my bins around. But 2 dedicated days for the gym and lifting weights, resistance training, strength training is plenty. But Vikki, it's like we were leaving the house Friday, which, mind you, this last week she only went on Friday. The week before she didn't go at all. We were going out the door Friday. She's like, I will never get used to this being a thing. I can never. And I'm like, seriously? It's 2 days a freaking week. Like, come on, it's not that bad.
I will bitch every time.
Yeah,
that's just the way it's going to be. You want me to go with you? I get to bitch about it.
And then if I say anything like, "Oh, does it look like?" Because one of my big things is that my butt completely flattened when I lost weight because I didn't really have much of a butt anyway. And I do think it's gotten better, but I'll like say something to Vikki and she'll be like, "I don't see it different," and I'm like, "Thanks a lot. You're so encouraging."
You've been going to the gym for 2 months. You didn't suddenly get a Beyonce butt.
I did. Okay. I didn't say, hey, do I have a Beyonce butt? I say, hey, does it look less deflated? I feel like there's a difference between those two statements. Or those two questions. I feel like there's a big difference, okay? Because my butt is legit deflated. I will say, I think my guns have gotten a little bit bigger. What do you think?
You've always had big arms.
Yeah, okay, but I feel like they've gotten bigger, so come on. Pretty good. Yeah. Pretty good. I have gained a little bit of weight from when my lowest after losing weight, so I think I don't look as scrawny anymore. So
that's true.
We'll see.
Tommy, yeah, that was me. I had a Planet Fitness membership for 8 years, maybe 10 years, that I had when Katy and I first got together, and I kept it up until like a year ago, and I think we went 6 times since we've been together. I used to go 3 to 4 times a week. When I met Katy, I was thinner and I was in really good shape and I was working out 3-4 times a week. But once we got together, I think we maybe went 6 times in like 8 years. Yeah. I could own part.
But then I had you cancel that gym membership, and then I signed us up for a different gym because there was one that was being built closer to us. So it's like it's literally like 3 minutes away, if that. So it's super close to us. I think it's a great gym. I've been doing this. I've been doing the stairs, which are brutal, but
nobody's bouncing a quarter off this ass anymore. Tommy, I'm old.
But and then Alexis.
I still have a bubble butt. I have
speaking
to
of visitors, Alexis. When Alexis comes to visit, I haven't told you this yet, Vikki, but we will be putting on our very own longevity trials. We have a series of tests that we're going to be doing. We're not going to make you do it because you can see your face already, Alexis. I told Alexis that, like, I think the first one you would be like, F this. So you're just going to be the one who's testing us. You'll be judging our form.
Oh, I'll be judging, all right. I'll be judging.
But, so, well, I'm telling her now because I'm bringing it up.
You said you weren't telling her.
Anyway, so we got to be practicing, though, because the first one is it's a sit-stand test. Look it up on YouTube, sit-stand. I haven't tried it yet, Alexis. Did you try it yet? I don't know if I can do it, but so the sit-stand test is that you can sit down on the ground and stand back up again without using your hands or your knees.
I can already tell you I can't freaking do
without
that.
letting your hands or your knees touch the ground. So you have to be able to sit down on your butt and then stand back up again. And I was trying to figure out how to even do that. So I looked it up on YouTube, and basically you cross your legs, you cross your feet, and then you sit down like into the crisscross applesauce position, and then you come back up again from that position. I don't even know if I can do that, but apparently that being able to do that is a good sign. Basically, if you can't do it, you're dropping dead at 60, from what we understand.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I'll see. I only got another 10 years. Nine.
So I got down all right. No chance getting back up. My problem is I'm not the most flexible person. So I'm like I don't generally sit.
No, you don't say.
How dare you? I've never really been super comfortable sitting the crisscross applesauce. It's not comfortable for me. So I'm like, I'll get back to you guys next show, but I need to try it. Maybe
I'm still pretty flexible. I mean, I was a cheerleader for a very long time, but I'm not very flexible anymore.
Alexis, I think maybe like our idea of fun surprise is a lot different from Vikki's idea of fun surprise. If we were like, surprise, we're doing our longevity trials, she'd be like, what?
No, thank you. I can't see it. Allison says, I guess I won't be coming to visit. It's nice knowing you, Allison. Jesus.
I think really what it has more to do is your ability to maintain mobility into your later years. So being able to do certain things, it says good things for your future.
Allison and I will just lay around like slugs on the back deck, okay? I have
all your tendons will pop.
It's probably true. It seems likely.
Anyway, I do like referring to our longevity trials. Like we've got this stuff, this
like
thing
you're
that
going,
we're training
you're doing
for.
your own Olympic trials happening.
Yeah, like that. I don't know why the first one has to be so tough, because then the other ones are like stand on one foot for 10 seconds, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I think I can do that.
I can get down just fine. I don't think I'll be able to get back up. I'm gonna try after we get off the show, but yeah.
I know. I said there's a video, like a YouTube short that I sent to Alexis, and I'm like, this asshole makes it look real easy. What a jerk. And there was this guy, and it was like the easiest thing in the world. I'm like, I don't know. I mean, I have lost a lot of weight, so I definitely wouldn't have been able to do it at my heaviest.
Oh, I wouldn't have been able to do it at being heavy either. But I even though I'm skinny, I don't think I could do it.
But we're gonna see. Maybe we'll go try that like right after we get off the show. Maybe we'll post in the Katy and Vikki Facebook group.
Sure, I'll video you.
No, I don't need well, unless I surprise myself and it turns out I'm really good at it, then I'll be like, Vikki, get in here. You got to video this. Otherwise, there will be
Alexis says he was 25 exactly.
Yeah, he was very young looking.
He was a 25-year-old fitness trainer, and look at how he struggled.
Anyway, so as far as the fitness stuff goes, I plan to continue to maintain the 2 a week. Vicky's not going this week at all because she's basically got herself on lockdown, so she doesn't get exposed to German people.
I don't want to get sick.
That is not a criticism, woman.
I do not need gym germs and everybody else's germs making me sick before the trip of a lifetime.
Yeah, and then once you're there, hopefully you're going to be getting lots of walking in and stuff like that.
We're going to be walking everywhere. Yeah.
So you should get some decent exercise. All right, Allison says she's going to master it by the time she sees a... Listen, I challenge everyone. Go look on YouTube. It's called like sitting, standing test, sit, stand, test, and see if you can do it. And if you can't, see about trying to get to where you can. Because...
welcome to the trials. May the odds be ever in your favor.
But apparently it's supposed to bode very well for future, for longevity and for mobility, which is important, okay? It's very important.
Yes, dear.
It is.
All right. Yeah, Jen says I'll hurt myself. I may too. We'll see. All right, that's it. That's all I got. I will not see you guys for a couple of weeks, but 3 weeks from now we will be back, of course. I will tell you all the things. Go ahead and follow me on Instagram if you don't already. A lot of you guys are my Facebook friends. You'll see it on Facebook, I'm sure. But if you're not my Facebook friend, go ahead and follow on Instagram. I am going to be trying to do better at documenting this type of stuff on Instagram while we're gone. If you're not following me, follow Ken Gaetano, Hustlebee. Yeah. The Hustlebee Ken. He has great content to begin with, but he is going on this trip and he is a vlogger. So you're going to see a whole heck of a lot every day from him just because of who he is. So he'll have some great
wants
stuff.
to know what your prize is. Your prize is you get to see 61. So there you go.
You can come move to the commune and live with us. Thank you, everyone. I appreciate check in with Katy every now and again. See if she's still alive. I'm just kidding. I'll have all of my cell phone and everything is going to be, I'm taking everything with me. It's not like I'm going to be incommunicado. I won't be. But
yeah, but the time difference is so big that we're going
to miss each other through time.
We'll miss each other a lot.
It's 9 hours ahead of where we are. So.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, guys. We will see you later, and have a great Sunday and enjoy your next week. And all that jazz.
Everybody, we'll see you soon. Thanks for all the well wishes. I'm excited to go, and I'm excited to tell you all about it.
Yeah. See ya.
Bye.